There we go. Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, welcome to this week's. It is the 18th of July and is the weekly upgrade call. Okay, like I say every week, most people upgrade their phones, they upgrade their clothes, they just don't upgrade themselves, unfortunately. Okay, which is why they live the same life, the same year 50, 60 times over. And before I get into it, there's a few announcements. The first announcement is obviously a quick reminder. Um, if you bring three people in, you get a free t-shirt. Okay. And I need you all to understand, like, some of you actually think, oh, no way, man, I get a free t-shirt. That's cool. No, no, you also get a little bit more respect from me as well. Like, one of the things that I always like to do is actually impress the people that I'm kind of working with, because that's just who I am. I'm one of those people where if I join a team, you're gonna be like, yeah, man, we got Jake on our team. Do you know what I mean? Like, we got Jake. Jake's the man. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's deeper than just a t-shirt, guys. All right, I think about the future when we start doing events and retreats and stuff. Do you think we're not going to reward the people that have spread the word? Right. So think a little bit deeper than just a free t-shirt. All right. Second thing is, we need some more testimonials. Okay, from if your life has improved even 1% from being inside the members club, we would really appreciate your testimonials. And what needs to happen for that is you need to email in BPM Self Mastery, or contact whoever's contacting you. We need to form a system. So Leo, if you're listening back to this, bro, we need to have some sort of system where people can send in their testimonials. Okay. On that note, we are less than a month old. As we are making this video, we are less than a month old. And let this be a lesson to you all that things don't have to be all perfectly set up before you take action. In fact, it's one of the biggest reasons why people have you heard the quote, it's the start that stops most people. Okay, I have actually got to where I'm at right now by pulling the trigger and then aiming the gun. Okay, sometimes it's been aimed at my foot. Okay, it's hurt. But you know what we've done? We've learned that that's not a good place to aim the gun before we pull the trigger. Okay, so what I'm saying is, guys, you learn through action. Okay, yeah, don't point the gun at your mentor either. That's not going to go down well either. I've made that mistake a few times. Okay, guys, so we need more video testimonies. The third one is that level 5 members. First of all, I want to shout out everyone who's achieved the level 5 at the moment. I'm going to do some name dropping. Who is it? Do we have the list of who has achieved level 5 right now? I know Nora has. I know that. Leaderboards. Is it on leaderboards? Oh no, here we go. So 9% of the members have actually reached level 5. Okay, 9%. We got Nissa Cole. Congrats. We've got Siobhan Simmons. Congrats. Felicia, Danny Turner, Leo Casa. You've all reached level 5. Okay, and obviously there's also some level 6 members. And we got Nora, Bonnie, and myself. All right, I'm him, so that's who I am. So congrats. We're going to start doing some extra special bonus content and exclusive information with Zoom sessions with special guests only for the level 5 members. So pull your finger out, start posting more content, and getting yourself more engaged in the group. Okay, guys, because again, it's deeper than just going, oh yeah, I'm level 5. It's deeper than that. Start thinking ahead. I'm reading this book at the moment. I actually recommended it last week, I believe, the Master Key to Riches. I'm reading the chapter on definiteness of purpose. And Andrew Carnegie identified, for those that don't know Andrew Carnegie, he was the world's first billionaire. He's the author. He basically mentored Napoleon Hill to actually write this book and Think and Grow Rich. Okay, I'm just surrounded by it. I'm just in a pile of just success right now. So it says in the Definiteness of Purpose that actually one of the biggest keys to success is the ability to go the extra mile before being compensated for it. Okay. It's actually one of the biggest things that I look for in people that are going to be in my inner circle, because by them taking more action before they're paid for it shows that they are doing it for deeper than just a physical result. It's a maybe it's a God thing. Maybe they value you know, your relationship before the money. They see the vision, they believe in the vision, they've got their own vision. So it's a lot deeper than just the monetary gain that you're actually getting from it. So that is another reason to actually participate in what we're all doing here. Okay. Welcome to all the new members as well. I know there's been a few new members this week, which is great. And the crazy thing is we haven't really been pushing this members club as much as we can be doing, which we're gonna ramp it up. But listen, last week's call, obviously I was in Marbella, had an interesting journey on the way home. So I'm currently actually using my wife's laptop right now. Probably why I look a little bit better looking on this one. She's got the magic touch. But I'm just praying that, you know, we get the laptop back. I'm not sure if you all know, but Mr. Bob Proctor, he actually wrote the whole entire first copy of You Were Born Rich. And once it was all completed, he actually left it inside a taxi. Because back in the day, you couldn't like store it on like iCloud, right? So he actually wrote it down on a piece of paper, and he actually left it in a taxi and he never got it back. And my wife said, wow, I feel like, you know, it's kind of that situation with, because it wasn't just my laptop, there was loads of notes in there, like from like Mexico and, you know, just loads of valuable stuff inside that bag, I think. But everything happens for a reason. Okay, that's my mindset. All right, so drop a yes if you're ready for today's quick call. Remember, this members club is you want to use it to run alongside your normal life, okay, and your life of achieving success, because that's what it's about. It's about becoming mentally bulletproof. That's why the whole thing is called, you know, bulletproof mindset, right? You have to become bulletproof, and I believe in success across all areas. All right. So last week we touched on about, you know, being proud of your presence. Okay, this is key. This is what's going to give you the edge. Okay, it's not easy. First of all, you need to understand that it's not easy. Most people are a victim to the system. Okay, they're a victim to what they hear on the news, what they hear on the radio, what they hear their neighbors talk about, what they hear their work colleagues talk about. Most people are a victim to what I like to call the mass consciousness. Okay, drifting through life is the major cause of failure. Drifting through life, waking up, just going with the flow, you know, doing what everyone else around you is doing, having no focus. For those that are taking notes, your mind needs three things. Okay, it needs a focus, it needs a hero, and it needs an instruction. There's three things your mind needs: a focus, meaning a goal, an actual goal that you're looking to manifest. It needs a hero, so some sort of role model that has probably already achieved your goal or is on the way to achieving their goal, whatever it is. Some sort of hero. Okay, someone that you are looking at saying, do you know what? I like the characteristics of this person. I like the results they're living. I like their values. So I'm gonna lean on this person's perception and awareness, and then until I develop my own wings. Okay, hero. So even my mentor's got a mentor, guys. Okay, my mentor's a billionaire. So don't think that it's a weakness to have a hero. Okay, it's actually a strength. It's actually a big common sense thing that all successful people understand. And the third thing is you need an instruction. So you need the next step. What's the next step? What's the plan? What's the game plan? Right. So drifting is the major cause to failure. Okay. So how can you be proud of yourself then, real quick? First of all, I want to shout to everyone who's been posting their, you know, proud posts inside the community as well. Last week's task was to do something every day that was going to make you a little bit more proud of yourself. So you came to today's call just absolutely like a savage, like can't wait, right? Wanting to unmute yourself, share a few words, right? And you know, all that good stuff, right? Which is fantastic. We want you to be like that. So it's kind of like just really feeling yourself, right? You have to drop all negative voices. Okay, you have to drop gossiping. You have to drop, you know, all your negative friends. Not physically drop them, but you know, like actually, you know, let them go. Okay, you have to let them go. Smoking. Okay, drinking. Okay, porn, big one. Most people don't talk about it. You know, watching porn's negative. Okay, if so, especially I know there's a lot of men that suffer with this. That's holding you back. Whether you think it, I know the stories that you tell yourself, nah, it's not too bad. Da, da, da. You start to justify it. Trust me, it's not just the men as well. I know there's some women out there. Trust me, like trust me. Negative. It's negative. It's holding you back. It really is. Okay. So drop all negative voices. Number two is you have to become your goal. You have to actually become it. And I'm going to talk about how you can do that on today's actual call. I'm just recapping right now. You have to be, because obviously the signal, for those that are on last week's call, the signal was a little bit, right, the Wi-Fi in Marbella, in where we were staying, wasn't the greatest. So, and I said to you, I'm going to do it. Become your goal. Next thing, stick to your word. What did I just say? I said to you that I'm going to recap because the signal was bad. And what I'm doing right now, I'm sticking to it, aren't I? I'm not even doing it for you. I'm doing it so that God says to me tomorrow, hey, Jake, turn left here. Go and speak to that person. Go to the gym at this time. Why? Why? Because you might meet it. So, and that's the fourth step. Follow your intuition. You're never going to get those voices if you don't do sticking to your word, becoming your goal, acting as if, and dropping all negative voices. You're never going to hear that intuition. Intuition is broken into two words. In, tuition, you're being taught from within. Tuition, you're being taught from within. So when someone says to you, how did you do it? How did you achieve it? You've got no real answer apart from, I mean, that's just, I don't know, I just did it. No, what you did is you followed the principles of success. You dropped all voices. You became the best version of you. You worked from the goal, right? You stuck to your word. You were disciplined, and you followed the law of attraction. You followed God's wisdom, the intuition, the voice within. Okay, now don't get, and it's this whole new subject, but don't get it twisted between the paradigm and the intuition. I know people say, oh, my intuition tells me this is not for me. All right, I've had it before. My intuition's telling me, no, that's your paradigm. The reason why I know it's your paradigm is because you've told me your goal is X, Y, Z, and we're showing you how to do it. You're just uncomfortable. Everything you want is outside your comfort zone. And this is a big subject because I've just said to someone, I want to be, he said to me, I want to be all in just like you. Jake, I want to be all in. I said, you don't deserve to be all in. You do not even deserve to be all in. God's not going to bless you with the awareness of being all in until you start to show faith. Do you know the reason why I've been blessed with the all in just vibration is because I show faith. I take action that doesn't make sense to my consciousness. I go to people who have the results and I do what they say before it makes sense to me. I show faith. I walk by faith, not sight. So now I'm blessed with the awareness of I'm all in. You don't deserve to feel what it feels like to be all in unless you start showing some faith, which is taking action, which you've all done by getting started in this. Investing into yourself is one form of doing that. Investing into yourself consistently, investing into your education, investing into, things that you wouldn't normally do. Networking events and doing, going live on your social medias, all that stuff. All that stuff is a way of showing faith. There's so many ways you can do it. Okay, so today's call is remind versus forgetting. Okay, so reminding versus forgetting. And if you want to just look at those two words, I want you to put a little dash between the re and the mind. Okay, mind, and then you've got forgetting. Okay, this is the difference between success and failure. Right, I'm about to break it down. I can already see some of you like, man, this is going to be good. I'm going to use this for my Instagram. My next reel is going to be, all right, you better tag me in it though. I'm telling you, better tag me in it. Okay, because God knows, right? So now you need to understand that all things come from your mindset. From your mindset. Okay. So doesn't it make sense, guys? This is what blows my mind about just people in general. If everything comes from your mindset, doesn't it make sense to make your mindset your priority? Think about this. If you want to take your life, your family to the next level, mentally, physically, financially, you just want to be a better version of you for your family. You know, it starts with the mind and it ends with the mind. It's everything. So you protecting what's coming in, you protecting your environment, your subconscious mind, almost like it's a baby, because it is. I want you to understand this. My son right now, Dexter, is basically a subconscious mind. That's all he is a subconscious mind. His conscious mind hasn't even formed yet. We're very protective of what he's exposed to. Okay. Have you all got passcodes on your phone? Have you noticed how we've got passcodes on our phone, but we don't have passcodes on our mind? We just let people come into our mind and just press all type of buttons. They, deleting stuff, adding in stuff, downloading apps that you don't ever use, all into your mind. But we've got this physical this device here, which we've got a passcode on. Some people treat this more important than they treat this. Man, this is good. Even I'm gonna watch this one back. You know me, I watch them all back anyway. It says in the Bible, be transformed by the renewing of the mind. Have you all heard that? Renewing of the mind. So if you're going to transform your life permanently, you can do it temporarily. You all know people that have lost weight, put weight back on, earn money, lost money. Dribs and drabs of success, up and down like a yo-yo. That's because they try to change the outside without consistently also changing the inside. Make sense? I have literally seen people go from earning 2,000 a month to 100,000 a month and then back down to 2,000 a month because they didn't work on themselves. I'm telling you, the law of attraction will do whatever it takes to give you what you deserve from a consciousness awareness point. At some point, you will lose the money. You will gain the weight back. You'll slip up. You'll do something. Your organization, whatever it is, you will self-sabotage to go back to your level of awareness, which is why mindset. What do we say about trading, investing? 99% mindset. What do we say about business? 99% mindset. You know, my wife's actually watching this thing at the moment on Netflix about cheerleading, and there's loads of different keys to success, and one of the keys, which most people never talk about, was how to handle success. See, most people, we talk about how to handle failure, don't we? So people know how to handle failure. Stay positive, get around the right people, but not many people know how to handle success. And if you don't plan out how you're going to handle your success, do you really think God's going to give it to you? Do you know God will never give you something you are not ready for? And when I say give you, I mean give you it to keep. Now you'll learn lessons, like I've just shared that story. You'll learn lessons. But the reason why that person that I've just mentioned went back down to 2,000 a month was because he wasn't ready for the 100,000 a month. He wasn't ready for it. He did not have a system preparing him for success. You need to make sure of this. So what's the next step? If you don't remind, you'll always be forgetting. A lot of people, what they do is, and I know there's going to be people that join this group, and they join just for the purpose of getting. Okay, they want to get. They've got a get mentality. I have never had a get mentality. Ever. Do you know why? Now, I obviously went through a bit of a different situation where I was genuinely suicidal, going to take my own life. So just even being alive is a win to me. Just a win. I'm winning. So I don't care about what the money I'm making, the people that say yes, people say no. I'm winning, I'm alive. Why? Because yesterday I was just about to do X, Y, Z. So I'm always winning. Always. Now, you don't have to go to that dark place to understand the lessons of life. You really don't. You can actually have inspiration versus desperation. You need to have the mindset of my sole focus is to remind myself. And I spoke to someone earlier today, and she knows who she is, and she said, da, 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 and I said, no, here's who you are. You are this person. You are a woman that shows people how to earn a six-figure income from their home. You have, you know, people all over the world traveling to come and see you speak. Okay, you are impacting hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. That's who you are. See, I'm talking from a potential. She was talking from a position. I said you have to have a system in place where you actually remind yourself who you are every day. I was talking to a good friend of mine today, and he was talking about, you know, why people give up and why people, and I said, because people, like, for example, I actually read in this book here, Think and Grow Rich. I'm not sure where it is right now because it's not saved, but there's actually something called the self-confidence formula. Has everyone heard of that? The self-confidence formula. Yeah. In fact, I want to get a copy of that and put it inside the community so people can have access to it. I actually read to myself out loud every morning for 5 years the self-confidence formula. 5 years. I had to remind myself who I was every day until I actually started to genuinely believe and know that that's actually who I was. That's actually who I am. I am that multi-millionaire. I am impacting millions and billions of lives all over the world. I am in amazing physical shape. Right? This is the key. You have to have that system in place, because if you don't and you get complacent, what's going to happen is, and this happens with your body. If you think about your body, for those that understand, when in your health and fitness journey, you take the stairs up to get in good shape. You take the stairs up every day. It's a daily grind. Eat the right foods, train hard every day, put your muscles into a failure state. It's hard work, but you know what? You take 3-4 days off after 3-4 weeks of hard work. You take 3-4 days off. I'm not joking. You literally ruin your whole progress. It's the slide down. It's not the stairs down. I wish it was. Trust me. It's the slide down. I'm telling you this right now. Luckily, what you do is you build up that muscle memory and your body gets used to it and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, guys, that's the process. It's the same with the mind. Remember, God teaches us in mysterious ways. A good body is nothing more than a repetition of good habits. A good mindset and a good lifestyle is nothing more than a repetition of good mental habits. That's all it is. John Maxwell says your attitude determines your altitude. So if you join this group or the path to success just forgetting, you're setting yourself up for failure. It says in the Bible, there's no vision, the people perish. Do you know why they perish? Because they forget the vision. They forget it. They've got no goal card. They've got no vision board. They're not around people that have their goal. They're around people that have what they don't want. They're constantly seeing what they don't want. There's no morning journaling. There's no morning gratitude. They're not reading about success. They're not listening about success. So they end up forgetting why they started. You have to constantly remind yourself why you started. I know when I talk to someone, I know if you're studying or if you're not. Earl Nightingale said, if you don't study, you don't stay. You do not stay on the path. The people that are into personal development, and I'm talking not just the ones that are pretenders. I'm talking the genuine ones that actually take action on the books they're reading. Actual personal development, like actually being outside your comfort zone, actually being coachable. Those people, and their mindset is for becoming and not forgetting. They're the people that are going to go and continue to succeed. You know, for the last 6 years, my life has just got better and better and better and better. Yours can too. You can actually get, you can actually get happier and happier and happier. And when you get to a point where you're like, man, I can't get any happier, you'll get happier. When you get to a point where you're like, man, I'm confident now. No, confident is not a place. Okay, you can get more confident. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. 2 years ago, I thought I was confident. I look back at that 2 years ago version of me now and think you was a dum dum, bro. You were just chatting all sorts. But do you know what? I look back and I'm proud of you, man. Because you know what you were doing back then as well, 2 years ago, bro. You was doing your very best. And I did a post about it today, didn't I? As long as you're doing your best, that's all that matters. Because who's to tell you that your best is not good enough? It's your best. You know what happens, Alan? If you keep doing your best gets better. Your best gets better. How cool is that? So all you have to do every day is your best. Now, here's the key. You know if you're doing your best or not. And you know if you don't do your best, you'll feel it. You'll pay the price. You'll be living in shame, guilt, regret. Those are low frequencies, and you'll only attract low frequency circumstances. And what you'll do then is you'll blame. You'll blame. Because you think it's easy to admit responsibility when you're in a negative frequency. No. No. You see, when you're in a good frequency, you're like, yeah, it's my fault, but fuck it. But if you're in low frequency, you're like, oh, can someone tell me it's going to be okay? Oh, God. Okay. All right. So yeah, you have to form the habit of reminding yourself every morning, I am so happy and grateful now that I am. And you want to write out exactly your lifestyle in present tense. Your entire lifestyle. I live here. I'm earning this amount. Here's how I'm earning it. I've had this many streams of income. I look like this. I feel like this. People treat me like this. We travel this way. We go here. I have this many people, X, Y, Z. Like, set goals, guys. Set goals. What do you want? Jake, you say this every call. I know. That's what I'm talking about. Repetition. Remind. The last word I've got on my notes here is repetition in capital letters, underlined about 6 times. Think about how your mind was formed. How do you think it's going to be transformed? Make sense? Has this call helped you? Powerful, right? Not even 30 minutes. And if you all apply just what I've said in this video, man, I'm telling you right now, 90 days in this environment, you will be a different person. You will be a different person, and hopefully you'll email in and share it with us, right? I'm glad you got notes, man, because money makers are note takers. You never want to rely on your memory. Okay, remind yourself. Okay, write it down. Don't take notes on your phone. Take notes with a pen. If you can get pen with blue ink, that's even better. Why? The color blue is more, it's more, what's the word? Pleasurable to us than black. Scientifically. So if you look up the sky and you see a nice blue clear sky, you're like, you don't even know. You don't even know. That's why it's actually scientifically proven that if you live closer to the sea and the ocean, you are actually happier than people that don't. That's what I mean. When me and Charlie come down to Devon, we were like, everyone's like really happy and positive and proud to be here. This is weird, man. Like Birmingham, I mean, come on. What is there to do in Birmingham? Well, the first thing you got to do in Birmingham is you got to get out. Okay, you got to leave, get out. That's the first thing you got to do. Okay, once you've done that, okay, then we can actually start doing. Okay, so guys, that's been today's call. All right, that has been today's call. I do want to do a quick Q&A, but bear with me because the battery is about to die on this laptop. All right, so here's what I want you to do. Okay, Bonnie, if you could unmute yourself and maybe just gather 3 questions for me, and I'll be back in literally 5 seconds. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so who has some questions for Jake? Who would like to ask a question? And can you unmute yourselves? No? Yes. Leo says yes. So Leo has the controls. Who would like to unmute themselves so I can record the questions and put them forward to Jake? Anybody? No questions? Surely this is optimum time to ask Jake a question. Alan, I'm going to go through the list. Alan, Anastasia, Elena, Christopher. I don't actually know who iPhone is. Any help deciding what you want your future self to be like? Okay, so Jake, we have a question. I'm not sure who iPhone is, but that is the question. Any help deciding what you want your future self to be like?
So any help deciding what you want your future self to be like? Um, that's a good question, man. And it's and just think about that question. You know, most people they never really give it any thought, do they? I mean, I use Instagram for some inspiration. You know, who's kind of living the lifestyle that you want right now? Remember, I said you might need a hero. So mine really started when Bob Proctor's information really started to help me come out of depression. I was like, this guy's basically my god right now. Okay, I would love to have the same impact that this man had on me on others. So that's where it started for me, right? And that was enough for me to just to start, you know, diving into more and more personal growth. And then I started to like put together like right now, you know, I've kind of got an image of, you know, what I want to look like. I want to be in, you know, in amazing physical shape. I want to be super confident. I want to be you know, undeniable. You know, I want to have a lifestyle where I've got an abundance of income, but I'm also having an abundance of impact as well. I want to be making a big difference. And again, the reason for that, like I said, is because I was impacted that way. And what I found is that a lot of people, I did a post yesterday saying one day you'll actually be paid for the problems that you're currently going through. One day you'll be paid to teach people how you got over those problems, right? So what I've learned is that we all go through things for a reason. Whatever problems and situations you've been through, that's I believe you can actually become the person that you needed during that time. And I think when you have that mindset, God is always going to take care of you and lead you down the right path. The reason why I created the members club is because I was seeking something like this at the start of my journey. Think about how many rabbit holes I've been down when it comes to like books, you know, seminars, events, what to study. I've gone through a lot of stuff and I know now what works and what doesn't work. Well, I know what works and what doesn't work for me. So I wanted to now package it into a community like this where I'm saying, look here, do this, read this, study this, think like this, and you'll get this result. Okay, I basically become my own role model. Hope that helps. And a lot of people waste time down these, you know, down these rabbit holes. All right. Any more questions? Was that the only question?
That was the only question that came in. I don't know if anybody
Okay.
else wants to ask.
Yeah, I can ask a question.
Go for it, Leo.
And Sherry's got
Obviously.
we'll take Leo's question and Sherry's question, and then we'll end it off there, guys.
Yeah, sweet. I might have you might have explained it, but I might have missed it. When you said that some people think that they got answers from the intuition, but it's actually their paradigm.
Yeah.
How do you know which one's which?
I mean, that's a whole call in itself. Seriously.
Give us the
Um,
quick version.
yeah. I mean, the best thing you can do for this is lean not on your own understanding. So, like you do, bro, whenever you get stuck in your business, you give me a call. I'm like, bro, those doubts are normal. I've also experienced the same thing. Here's what helped me get through that. Here's what I think you should do. You seek counsel through those moments. And if you don't have a mentor, another reason why we got, you can ask questions in the chat, guys. Use the community. Hey man, listen, guys, I'm experiencing XYZ. Any advice? We're all here to help. There's so many great people. Look, I know I'm great, but because I'm great, I attract great people. Like everyone who's watching this back on the replay and on this call right now live, you will have something valuable to bring to the table. And you know what? Some of you have that big of an ego. You're scared to ask questions because you don't want to appear like you don't know or you're weak. Ask questions, guys. There's a general section. There's a mindset section. If you got a question about health and fitness, you've got a question. I promise you this right now. If any of you ask any question in any of the sections, I'm going to be like a crazy psychopath to give you the best possible answer. And not just me. I already know there'll be loads. You'll attract probably 10 answers. And you'll be like, ooh, 10 solutions to my problem. Let's have a look. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You'll be like, that one. So, bro, seek counsel, man, in the shortest term. Sherry, next question.
Was same question, just differentiating the two, but one is more, I feel like a thought, and one is a feeling.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like compared to what is
like one
what is a
versus the
thought?
other. Like
What is a
the
thought?
intuition is more of a feeling versus the thought.
Right. Yeah. So it's the intuition is it's kind of, we all know, like, guys, think about this for 1 second. When I say to you, drop all your negative habits, I'm telling you right now, you ain't got to tell me. And if some of you like say that no, it doesn't. I know you're lying. Okay, so I don't care about what you've got to say about what I'm about to say. When I say to you, drop your negative habits, you all know what your negative habits are. You all do. You all know. You all know. And I'm not talking about the negative habits that you like, yeah, I've been doing this. No, I'm talking about the negative habits that not even your spouse knows about. I'm talking about the negative habits that you don't want to go to anyone about. You're ashamed of them. Make sense? So we all know. You know what foods to eat and what not to eat. You know what you should be doing from a physical standpoint to get in better shape. You know what you should be doing to make more money and what doesn't work, what does work and what doesn't work. We all know. Think about it, guys. 98% of the population today are struggling financially, trading time for money. They know it doesn't work. They still do it. They still do it. They keep ignoring the voice of God. Today I got my hair cut, as you can all see, right? I know, you ain't got to tell me. I'm getting some few DMs, looking fresh. I'm joking. And I was showing people, you have a laugh, yeah. I was showing people, I was literally showing people on my phone, hey, listen, man, how much is that? Got £20. I showed them that I made more than my haircut whilst I was sat in the chair. I pulled up my phone and I was like, look how much this person made today inside the group chat. Look how much this person, and by the way, guys, I forgot to mention. Good job, it's been recorded. This Sunday we have a special announcement. Okay. A special announcement. So stay tuned for that special announcement. Okay? There's going to be a call on Sunday with someone, and we're going to be introducing that income stream for this group. Okay. I'm showing the people in the barbershop Here's how much this person made. Here, and I said to him, how much are you making? He was like, I make about £80 a day. And I said, imagine all the time you have in between haircuts where you're literally just twiddling your thumbs, crushing candy on your phone. You could be pressing buttons, copy pasting and crushing goals, making money. And I'll show you exactly how to do it as well. There was all like, yeah. Whoa, no way, man. Yeah. And they see me every week. They see me every week, guys. This is how strong the poverty consciousness is. So don't for 1 second think that writing out your goal every morning in present tense is a corny or cringy thing to do, because every time you don't do that, the poverty consciousness goes, they think it's too cheesy to write down their goal. They think it's too cheesy to have a vision board. They think it's too cheesy to carry around a goal card. They think that, you know, they think it's a weak sign to ask for help. And we get trapped. So the short answer, Sherry, is that you know what to do. We don't have an information issue in 2024. We have an application issue in 2024. Application. The biggest gap in the world is the knowing and doing gap. Okay, and the biggest room is the room for improvement. All right. So I'm excited, guys. Thank you so much for your time. That's been today's call. It's going to be posted inside the recordings section inside the classroom. Check it all out. Utilize it. Congrats to all my level 5s and above. If you're not a level 5 yet, let's start adding value. Ask questions. Utilize the group, and I'll see you all on Sunday. Thank you so much, guys.